Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to another video. This is a reaction to largest immigrants groups in the USA, and this is a completely different reaction to what I would usually do, but these comparison videos for me are always fascinating, and a video like this is going to be interesting to see how it changes. Like, you're seeing this here, right? Pretty much all of the countries are, wait no, every single country here. I don't know where this place is, Sao Tome and Principe. I'm assuming that's Africa as well, but maybe it's the Caribbean. I'm not too sure. But every other country, or African in the Caribbean, but every other country up by this one, is in Africa, and that's it's obvious why. It's to do with the slave trade, I assume. But from here onwards, I wonder how it changes, and obviously, like the influx of, like when you think of the US, there's a lot of obviously Europeans that live there, people from the UK, Germany, just all around Europe. But then also like Ireland, there's a massive presence, Scandinavia. But I'm just thinking of Europe. Obviously, you got a lot of African people of African descent. Where else in the world? There's a lot of people from Asia, like because the US is so diverse. There will probably be stages where people from obviously Africa are the most common immigrants, and then not immigrants, immigration people. No, immigrants, that is the right word. And then Europeans that are the immigrants, and then Asians that are the immigrants, and it will slowly change. Because when you think of the US, like, I don't really know. The most, I don't know which people, like what country, what people from what country there's the most of. I'd probably assume the UK, but I don't think it is. I think it's probably like Germany or something, but we're going to see. We're going to check this out. I'm talking a lot. Links are in the description to my Patreon if you want to see some more of my videos. If you're also wondering why my camera's here, it's because in these videos I'll be blocking something that's important. So here's probably the best place for it to be. But let's check this out and see how this changes. Oh, I've got some tunes. Oh, the UK's here already. Germany. There's a lot of Germans. So what was the reason for Germans moving here? Because I know there's a lot of people of German descent, but what was their reasoning for coming here? What was going on in Germany at this time for them to move here? Because surely something was going terrible in Germany. And Ireland, I think, makes a lot more sense. I think this is the time the UK was doing horrible things there. So they're probably moving to the US, well, for a better life. Everyone's moving here for a better life. I mean, other than, I guess, a lot of the Africans at this point in time, because they were forced to go here. But the Europeans at this point are moving here for a better life. But what's happening in places like Germany? Again, Ireland makes sense, but yeah. You see Norway. Okay, now Ireland's going crazy. You're now seeing the French influence possibly. Canada, the Netherlands. God damn, there's a lot of Irish people. I mean, I know it was a lot, but it's completely, like, not even comparable. Okay, now Germany's catching up. Now Ireland's going down. And then you've got a lot of places from Europe, Africa, a few here and there. But now it's pretty much dominated by Europe. Now Ireland's going down loads. I guess this is maybe a bit after and it was getting a bit better there maybe. I don't know the history, to be honest, but what is this song? There's a lot of Hungarians as well. What the hell? That's a surprise. You see China here. Oh, the UK was so close to taking over Germany. So close. Now you're seeing the Italians. Obviously, there's a strong Italian influence in certain parts, especially like New York and stuff. Russia as well. Czech Republic now going up loads. What the hell? It's just literally a mixture of the world, but at this point it is just Europe at this point. See Romania there? You can just probably see every country in Europe will have a good few thousand people that have moved to the US, no matter where. Wait, what the hell? What was that jump? Why did that jump up so much? URSS. I guess that's the USSR. What was that? So wait, oh, Russia's here and it just swaps it out. Ah. Now it's mostly Italians. Well, there we go. So at this point, they're all going down. They are all going down. But China's going up. But yeah, the rest are just going down. Mexico's going up. And China's going up. And the Philippines are going up. Okay, so at this point, Europe's just going down. I guess for whatever reason, Europe's probably becoming a lot more of a better place to live. The wars are over. Well, the world wars are over. That's why they're going down a lot, I assume. And now you're seeing a few more countries in Asia and the Americas. Okay, Mexico just jumped up like crazy. What the hell? Now it's just a mixture of everything, to be honest. See Jamaica, Vietnam. Makes sense why Vietnam's there. So now it's Asia and the Americas really dominating. I mean, even at this point in time, there's still a lot of Brits moving here. Still a whole load of Brits. But 4 million? God damn. And it's also fascinating how there's been no African countries, probably onwards from like the 40s? Is it still blue there? Okay, so when you stop seeing green pretty much. Okay, 1856. Still a bit. Yeah, Gambia is the only one there at this point, and it's 1878. So you can see that stopped, and it's crazy. It's like interesting to me how it didn't come back after that. Like they didn't. It's not jumped up since. Maybe there'll be a point where it will, but I went back too far. India's there now. Vietnam, South Korea, China, Philippines, but Mexico is just completely. It's gonna reach like 10 million. The UK's still quite high at this point. Okay, now it's going down. Still 700,000. Damn. Italy's not there anymore. Now there's just 3 European countries. Mexico 12 million. God damn. China, India in the 2 millions. Philippines. There's a lot of Filipinos there as well. I didn't know that. El Salvador, Vietnam, Cuba. So basically what I'm saying is just people probably from a lot of other countries looking for a better life a lot of the time. That's how it was in Europe when there's the Europeans going there. And then maybe Europe became a place where they didn't feel like they had to move from now because it's a bit better for them to live, just stay there instead of moving for whatever reason. And then now it's people from other countries possibly looking for better lives. But the fact that the UK is still here is surprising to me. And going up as well. Okay, now Mexico's going down. India is going up. And that's that. So you look at this. There's 2... Oh, Ukraine's now the highest, which does make sense. It's so interesting how you can sort of see the world events of what's going on in the world and you can see what leads to it. But it's pretty much dominated by the Americas, but there's a lot of countries in Asia, and then 2 in Europe. Damn. Well, there you go. This is a fascinating watch. But the fact that the UK is so high, so does this mean yearly how many people move to the US from the UK is 700,000, or am I being stupid? Or is this just how many British people, or people that consider themselves British, that live in the US currently? I think that's the case, right? 760,000, which is a lot. That's a lot of Brits. I didn't realise it was that high. But Mexico's 11 million. So I guess these are people that consider themselves still from Mexico when this, like in 2023. But then families that moved from Mexico in the 1900s probably consider themselves now American because they've had generations that live there. Or British people, the same thing. Their families have lived there for generations, now they consider themselves American. So I guess this is the numbers of people that consider themselves still from these countries, but I don't actually know. To be honest, it's just immigration. But I was going to say, is this yearly? But this doesn't make sense for it to be yearly because that would be so many people. But there we go. Fascinating watch. This stuff's interesting. It's a bit of a different reaction, but I always find these comparison videos just interesting to see, to be honest. British intelligence, German discipline, and Mexican sanitation. You've got yourself an empire. All respect to Irish people from Brazil. Well, there we go. Describing slaves as immigrants is beyond cynical. I don't know. But yeah, there we go. This is this reaction. And if you want more stuff like this, let me know in the comments. And yeah, until next time, like, subscribe, and peace.